Hi, how are you? Today I wanted to talk about and share some things about a saint and this saint at the Catholic in the Catholic Church. Today is her feast day that's celebrated. Feast day is the day they died. Usually, sometimes it's changed. It's not exactly the day. I think today's saint, her feast day was like a week and a half earlier than today. Um, but anyways, I'll tell you the saint's feast day today is Saint Teresa of Avila, and to be honest, I actually don't know much about this saint, and I do want to learn more about this saint. I haven't actually read a lot of things like books about her, but I do plan to. I think it's a good goal for me to kind of learn more about her, and if you are as well, I really do enjoy learning more about saints, and especially ones that are like doctors of the church or mystics. Saint Teresa of Avila was a mystic, and if you don't know what a mystic is someone who has lots of visions, insights, either with yeah, like God or Jesus, Mary. They have a lot of divine visions while they're on Earth, and like revelations even. Or sometimes not just visions, but other saints who have been mystics have received the stigmata. And if you also don't know, the stigmata is basically the a person who has stigmata will receive the wounds, usually the five wounds of Christ. So two nail wounds in the hands, two in the feet, and one like in the side near the ribs. Those are the five wounds of Christ. There is one saint I know of who had five wounds of Christ, as well as she also received the crown of thorns. So the suffering of the crown of thorns she took upon all the sufferings of Jesus, I guess, exteriorly when he um, was crucified and died. Anyways, but Saint Teresa of Avila, I don't think she had the stigmata, but I know that she was mystic in the sense of visions and things like that. So I do have some quotes from her that I think are really powerful and relevant to our times or relevant to our personal daily lives or just kind of in general. I feel like um, always very insightful and uh, good to kind of keep in mind as we live in our contemporary society. So I would say for me, I am kind of a fearful person. I really cannot watch scary movies. I'm really like really afraid of just like sensitive, I guess. So I don't really watch anything that's like too gory or just supernatural things that are like scary supernatural things. I think I stay away from completely. But also I think I'm just a sensitive person, not even when it comes to like scary things or Halloween things or whatever. I'm just naturally a sensitive person, so things kind of get me uptight, or I become a little bit fearful, I guess, than I really need to be, or I come a little too serious than I really need to be in certain situations, or I guess you could say could take life a little too seriously in some moments, as I guess we all can. So this is why I feel like it's relevant to share with you about Saint Teresa of Avila, because I feel like her what she has to say, reflect upon, or what she had to say, um, is really invaluable, and it makes you kind of it gives peace to your thinking and your life. So I'm going to share two different things with you, and I think just for you to also keep in mind for yourself. So the first one is having kind of do with fear. When I was talking about fear. So it says, "Let nothing perturb you, nothing frighten you. All things pass. God does not change. Patience achieves everything." So let nothing to perturb you. So don't let anything kind of annoy you or really get under your skin so much. Nothing frighten you. So don't get scared by things. You don't need to, draw into fear. All things pass. So time keeps going. Like, you know, time keeps moving on. God does not change. So we're the ones human beings do change, our times change, right? Our world is just constantly changing, right? It's never just the same, right? So it's 2018, the year is 2018. It was not the same as it is now than it was, in 2010. Or 2018 is not the same as it was in 2000. right? And so on and so forth. You can always compare the years, the decades. They're not always the same. There's lots of different things happening, but God does not change. God is constant. God, we know, is remaining the same, and God is also beyond time. So we're the ones that we're drawn and kind of attached to time. That's how we use. We know how to formulate our world with time, but God is beyond time. And patience achieves everything. So with patience, we can persevere, we can endure all we have to hopefully overcome um, with the patience that we have and that we can achieve through the grace of God. So this is the first quote that I think is really valuable and really important, and I feel like it's like timeless. Speaking of time, it's timeless because it's always going to be relevant to us. And the next one from St. Teresa of Avila is a little bit longer, but I feel like it's still very important and still very rich and beautiful and kind of just necessary to hear. It's just a good reminder for us. So let me read it to you again. May today there be peace within. May you trust God that you are exactly where you are meant to be. May you not forget the infinite possibilities that are born of faith. May you use those gifts that you have received and pass on the love that has been given to you. May you be content knowing you are a child of God. Let this presence settle into your bones and allow your soul the freedom to sing, dance, praise, and love. It is there for each and every one of us. So again, that's Saint Teresa of Avila, and today is her celebrated feast day in the church. And yeah, those are just beautiful words to kind of just reflect upon, and that just to trust that God is in our lives, present, and is working in our lives, and He knows exactly what we need, and He knows where we're going. And as she quotes, may you trust God that you are exactly where you are meant to be. So that you're exactly where you're meant to be, nothing different, nothing more, nothing less. And God is with us always and always in the present and always showing us what He wants from us. So just trust in that. All right, I hope you have a great rest of this beautiful fall day, and yeah, take care.